Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to another week of Launch Codes Football. I'm Daniel,
And I'm Chelsea.
and if you're on somewhere on the East Coast, then I hope you're watching this from an igloo or someplace warm. Uh,
Yeah, a lot of snow got dumped on the East Coast this weekend, especially in the mid-Atlantic, in the Carolinas.
yeah, and me and Chelsea are battling injuries. I messed up my elbow, and Chelsea had a fun little, yeah, just wave to the
I
camera.
went sledding and I managed to injure myself, so, the
Uh,
joys of winter.
yeah, also it's off my first show back from Texas. I'm back in my home state of North Carolina. Let's just say traveling out this weekend was not the easiest thing. I had to move up my flight and take a red eye Friday morning. I got 2 hours of sleep Friday. I'm not
Oof.
even joking. I slept on the plane.
Dang, dude. I would be like not functioning, so more power to you.
Yeah, that was this weekend. This weekend is was very much a recharge weekend for me.
Right.
And I wish we could just try and make a clever joke, but I mean nothing. I wish I could we could sleep on these picks that we made for the NFC prediction.
Aha, aha.
Best I got, guys. Yeah, so the NFC had I want to say it was okay, what was worse, our AFC predictions or NFC predictions? Because I think honestly, NFC was probably better for me, at least me, on my part.
I think I was better at the AFC than the NFC because I'm looking at my NFC ones right now and there is some to be desired to say the least. But I'm sure we'll get into it.
Okay, I have to say first things first. I made this prediction before Michael Parsons got traded, so I'm just gonna put that little caveat there because going just from the NFC East, I had the Eagles winning the division, which happened. The Commanders and Cowboys making wild card spots. Well, you Chelsea had the Eagles winning the division and the Commanders making the wild card. You had the Giants finishing in third and Dallas being last place. So this was before the Micah trade. So even before Micah, you were very down on Dallas, and I was very high on Dallas.
So let me just say, in regards to the Giants, okay, if they had stayed healthy, I really think that they would have won more games because they lost a lot of close games this season and they had key players on offense that were hurt. If they had had Neighbors and Cam Scatterbo and had started Jackson Dark the whole year, I think they would have won more games. Now, would they have finished, you know, in the position that I had them third? Probably not still, but if they had stayed healthy on offense, I really think they would have won at least a couple more games. And the Commanders, they were just done. Once Jaden Daniels got hurt
Yeah.
and got hurt again, they were done. But if he this kind of the same thing, if he had stayed healthy and some of their other players on offense like McLaurin had some injuries, things like that. Like I think that they would have won more games. It was just a very injured division this year.
But I also think you can't ignore the fact the Giants, they how many games did they have massive leads and they just lost? Like they had like the
It
Broncos game
was
was
it
the
was a couple
The Broncos
for
was the worst
sure.
example, but that wasn't the only game like that where they had three score leads early in the fourth quarter and just couldn't hold on to the game.
Right. And a
But
lot of that comes down to their defense, honestly, which you knew was the weaker side of the ball, especially in their secondary.
oh, I didn't. I thought the offense, like coming to the season, I thought the offense was going to be the problem. The defense was going to be a
I
strength.
thought that their D line was going to be really good. I was
Yeah,
unsure about the rest of their defense. Um, I thought their offense had promise. That's a lot of the reason I didn't put the Giants last because I really liked Jackson Dart and I really like Scattaboo. And you already know Neighbors is going to be a dog when he's healthy. But I'm looking at their schedule right now. They lost to the Cowboys. Giants lost to the Cowboys in overtime, 40-37 week two, which that would have been
yeah,
Russell Wilson.
yeah.
Um,
His last great game.
they lost 33-32 against the Broncos. They lost 24-20 against the Bears, 27-20 against the Packers, 34-27 against the Lions. 29-21 against the Commanders, 16-13 against the Vikings. I mean, I know that they only won what, one, two, three, four, but I mean, if you even win half those games, you probably have seven wins.
Yeah.
Which, especially at the end of the season when their guys were hurt, I feel
Yeah.
like if they had been healthy, they would have had a better shot of winning. Like,
Well,
because the Vikings and the Commanders and the Lions game and the Packers and the Bears were all in the second half of the season. So,
well,
which explains a lot if you think about it, because that's kind of when everyone got hurt. So,
I'm kind of high on the Giants next year though. Like they're
I
getting
am too.
people back healthy. Harbaugh's gonna be the coach again. I'm kind of
I
high
was
on.
high on them this year. I mean,
Like honestly, I'm high on every all these teams in the NFC East except for the team that actually won the NFC East, which is the Eagles. I think another year with Dallas with Schottenheimer as the coach, and I don't know what they're gonna do with the George Pickens contract, but it's certainly gonna get better
they need to
defensively.
re-sign that man.
And Commanders just need to get healthy. They just need to
Hmm.
get healthy, maybe a little young and healthier. But no, we are good with the Eagles. But yeah, the
It
rest
was
of it,
after that was kind of chaotic.
and then we get to the next one, which, Lord. I had the Lions in the NFC North. I had the Lions win division. The Vikings, oh my goodness, the Vikings making the wild card. The Packers and Bears. So the two teams I didn't make the playoffs, I had to make the playoffs, and two teams I didn't have making the playoffs, they made the playoffs. And you had the Lions win division. You had the Bears for the wild card. So yeah, there you go. Then you had the Packers and Vikings. Yeah, I didn't think nine was gonna be that bad. So yeah, that was very surprising to see nine that bad.
Yeah, no, I mean the most surprising part of this division had to be the Vikings, right? I mean, after what they did not this past season, but the season before, making it to the playoffs, winning what, 14 games with Sam Darnold. That was a pretty catastrophic downfall
The
for them.
Lions also was just shocking because we figured
Hmm.
they'll take a slight step back, but without Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, they just didn't know what they were doing out there sometimes.
Yeah. I mean,
That
in
was
fairness,
that was
even when
surprising.
Aaron Glenn was there, the defense still left some to be desired, but they were also so injured. But
Yeah.
I think the biggest impact has to be on the offense. I mean, Ben Johnson is in the running for coach of the year, in my opinion. He probably won't win it over Shanahan at this point, but it wouldn't shock me if he finished second. I mean, the Bears had what, 4 wins last year?
It wouldn't shock me
And
if
he
you won.
made them a playoff team. They won a playoff game, almost won a second playoff game. So future's looking bright, like we talked about in the last episode when we did um, our other rankings where we were talking
Yeah.
about
The
just the
AFC.
AFC and stuff. We were like, man, we were talking about like which team do you think regrets seeing Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl more, the
Uh,
Vikings or the Jets?
you
I
see
don't know how it's not the
you
Vikings,
see
dog. I mean, I don't.
Jefferson was just like, we should have never got Jefferson's just looking longingly out the window, just like I had the worst season of my professional career, and it was not my fault. He's like, I know it was not my fault.
You know that meme where it's like there's the two kids on the bus and like one's looking out the left window and it's like
Happy.
a rocky dark cliff and the other one is looking out a window and it's like into a sunny valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson is on the left and Sam Darnold is on the right. That's all I have
That's
to say.
it's man. And then we all oh yeah, then we have yeah, the Packers, we both didn't have the Packers doing much, which yeah, they proved us wrong. They good for
They
you,
did.
Packers. And
Yeah,
honestly, the first quarter of the season, first half of the season, they looked like the best team in the football before they lost Micah. Their receivers got injured, were kind of spy injury wise, and then they had a terrible collapse in the playoffs, which basically almost cost Matt LaFleur his job for like a
which
week.
would have been crazy in retrospect.
It would have been, but like I understand in terms of if it's a contract year, this is like kind of like this is his last year before his contract year. He wanted to get like a big deal. This was his big showcase, and you do that. I'm not saying they should have fired him. I'm not sure he was on the hot seat that match that bad, but it would have been a surprise. If they said we might want to go to a different direction.
Right.
So yeah, and then we move on to the NFC South, which
The best division in football this year, right, Daniel?
yeah, you love this division because you got correct. You got we both had the Bucks making win the division, but you had the Panthers making the wild card, and I had them finishing third. I had the Buccaneers, Falcons, Panthers, Saints, and you had the Buccaneers, Colts, Carolina, Falcons, Saints. So
Yeah, so the only one I missed on was Carolina winning the division by literally the skin of their teeth.
I feel
But
like this should have been half a point because none of these teams deserve to make the playoffs. Tampa would have.
Carolina gave the Rams a run, though.
They
That was a
did.
good game.
I'm excited for Carolina going to 2027, 2027, 2026, going to
Yeah.
the next season. I don't know what the heck the Bucks do at this point. You keep Todd
Honestly,
Bowles.
I'm kind of surprised Bowles lived through Black Friday or Black Monday. I thought he was going to get fired. Um, but no, I mean, hey, like you talked about a couple episodes ago, Carolina's ahead of schedule. Like no one expected Carolina to make the playoffs this year. Doesn't matter how they made it, still made it. So I mean, and they almost won a playoff game against
Yeah.
arguably the best team in football for a second time. So if Carolina had like gotten blown out like 7-30 in the playoffs, I'd be like right there with you. But they almost won that game. I mean, that was pretty exciting.
And then you have out of all these teams, the most exciting player is Tyler Shuck with New Orleans. That's
Yep.
something. And
He came out of nowhere.
the Falcons, the Falcons are an interesting team because I feel like they have the most talent and the biggest like how are you losing these games? Like they played hard at
Right.
the end of the season. I honestly think out of all these teams, almost like comparing them to like the AFC North, how does the Ravens not win every year when they are the only team that's not like that much of a mess, just that stupid or that crazy? The Falcons, I look at like they probably have. Why are they not at least winning the division, even though they technically tied for the division this year?
It's because they have quarterback problems. That's why.
Was Penix really that bad though? I thought Penix was
He
pretty.
was not great.
He was he
He
so much
he
worse? What am I saying? Was he so much worse than the other quarterbacks in the division?
he was pretty bad. And I'm saying that as someone
Oh,
who
that's
actually
fair.
likes him. I mean, who knows? He might come back next year, might be one of those guys that takes, 2, 3 years to really develop. Because if you look at his college trajectory, like he's known for being at Washington, like with the Huskies, but he actually played at Indiana before that. So I actually have some familiarity with him. I think he has the tools to be good. He just really was not that impressive this year. And once he got hurt and Kirk took over, Kirk was better than people were expecting, honestly. I mean, I think they expected Kirk to be like
Yeah,
15 of 20 for 150 yards and a touchdown every game. But I mean, he
we
was
all
low key lighting it up in some of those games.
we
So
all thought he was done. We all thought he
yeah,
was cooked, and just like no, he's 40 and just tore his Achilles. Just give him a year.
right. Honestly, I think the craziest thing about this division is that the Bucks have the worst future outlook. Which is kind of crazy because
Really?
I think so. Outside of quarterback and running back, their receivers are old, outside of the kid they took from Ohio State. Mike Evans and Godwin are both old. Their
Yeah.
defense is aging. I mean, Vita Vea is getting older. And look at the rest of the teams in this division. I mean, the Saints actually have a pretty good defense, low key. Like they're underrated. They have Tyler Shuck, who's on an upswing. They have Chris Olave. I think the Falcons have a lot of talent if they can just figure out their quarterback position. And Carolina is a year ahead of schedule. I mean, I would argue that the Bucks are probably the oldest team on this list.
Yeah, I guess when you put it like that, it makes sense. I
It's
still
hard to
trust.
fathom, though.
Yeah, it's hard to find because they definitely have the best quarterback in the division, in my opinion. But
I
as
agree.
Baker's still the best. So,
Hmm.
and also this just again, this is not a strong division, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to win at least 9, 10 games. But Tampa just they played. It wasn't even a case that they played bad. They just seemed like they quit some games. It wasn't. It's like they weren't even trying at the end. It was weird to watch. That's why we're both surprised that Bowles didn't get fired.
I thought he was gone, personally. I think a lot of Bucks fans thought he was going to get fired, and there were, I believe, a decent contingency of Buck fans that are like, why? It's kind of like the Colts keeping their people. We are like, why?
Well, we go from one of my big disappointments to my well, not golden, but my almost perfect call. I had San Francisco win the division, and then I had the Rams, Cardinals, and Seattle.
Almost perfect, eh?
Yeah, as I said that, I forgot I had Seattle in last place.
Uh-huh.
Then you had the Rams win division, then Seattle, Arizona, and San Francisco. So we both only had one team making the playoffs out of the NFC West. We both were technically correct that a team did make a playoffs. Both you have the Rams, I had the 49ers.
That's true.
We were just both wrong that neither of these teams won a division, and I was incredibly wrong of having the team that is now representing the NFC in the Super Bowl be in the cellar in last place because I didn't believe in Sam Darnold.
It's okay. I honestly can't really say anything because I have the 49ers in last, but I will say they were so injured last year, not this past season, but the year before. Like they had a lot of guys who were still recovering from injuries and they lost a lot of pieces on defense. And like they lost some pieces. And Brandon Ayuk was like not playing because of whatever is going on with him.
It's not even on
They
the roster at
lost
this
ta
point.
I know, they lost talent. So honestly, I looked at that team and I was like, I don't know how they're going to win this game. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous looking at it now, putting them above Arizona, but Arizona has talent on defense, on offense. If they can figure
I
out
don't know what's going on with
how to
Arizona.
score, like you have Marvin Harrison Jr., who I know has underperformed, but everyone knows that he's going to unlock it
You have Trey,
probably this year.
you have Trey McBride. It's probably the best tight end.
McBride's probably the best tight end in football. I mean, I know you got issues at running back with James Conner always getting hurt, but like it's not like you don't have pieces on offense and you have some decent guys on defense. I mean, it's just
They just
I guess I just underestimated the Shanahan coaching ability, honestly, because
I
I really didn't see the 49ers making any noise this year.
I just can't believe like you're making all those points with the Cardinals. The Cardinals, they don't even have they're not even in the same stratosphere on on anything with compared to the rest of the division. Like the Rams,
That's true,
Seattle, and San
looking back.
Francisco are just so much ahead of them in terms of coaching, in terms of competence, in terms of game planning.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
just knew Gannon was going to get fired. I mean, that was like one of the for sure's. You knew it was going to happen
I just
with
can't
Arizona.
I can't believe I remember saying in August that San Francisco, I'll say when I said I'm picking San Francisco, they got injured a lot last year. They can't get injured worse this year. They not only got injured worse this year, it's like when Michael Jackson released Off the Wall. I'm like, well, he can't make a better album than this. He makes Thriller. Okay. Like San
You're
Francisco
like,
can't.
wow, I was wrong. My apologies, sir.
I was not only wrong, I was historically wrong. I was spectacularly wrong because for some reason it was the rumor. It's like they have the whole facility next to their practice field that's like doing whatever, and you just have to move your practice field honestly just for bad juju, just because people are starting to believe it, and your players probably starting to believe it too. So I wouldn't move, but yeah, I can't go over the fact that I had Seattle in last place. What I just didn't believe in Sam Darnold. I just thought he
That's
was
really
just
all it came down to.
I
It's
just
Sam Darnold.
thought that like it is all it came down to. I said this is a decent defensive
You
team.
said they have a good team, but they
Well,
have Sam Darnold. Nah,
exactly. I just said you know what? He was aided by Justin Jefferson. He was aided by Jordan Addison. He was aided by Hawkinson. He was aided by a good Vikings organization. He's gonna go back to old Sam Darnold. I think Seattle was a talented team. I like Charbonnet and Walker. A lot of people don't like Charbonnet. I love Charbonnet. I'm surprised when he got injured. I said this is a big injury for them. I knew JSN was gonna be good. I didn't think he'd be that good. I didn't think he'd be
you didn't think
best.
JSN was going to be arguably the best receiver in all of football
No,
good.
no, I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people thought that. I said he's gonna be good. Whoa, I didn't expect that. I
It's okay. We didn't honestly, your pick of Seattle not being that good. I mean, let's not act like a lot of people thought Sam Darnold was gonna be good. I mean, there were probably a lot of people who looked at this team that were like, it's a good team. It's just going to hinge on Sam Darnold. And if you look at the history of how Sam Darnold has performed outside of that one year with the Vikings, it's not like he had inspired a lot of confidence in his performance. So I can't really sit here in the future and say I blame you
just
for your Sam
laughing.
Darnold take because that was most of America, if we're being honest, except maybe some Vikings fans.
I just like, man, I had the Patriots missing the playoffs. I had Seattle missing the playoffs, and man,
That's kind of funny.
you at least
That
have
just tells you how crazy of a season it was,
it's,
honestly.
it's telling you shouldn't take betting advice from me at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, I see Chelsea. You had one, two, three, four. You had four teams ranked playoffs because you had the Eagles, you had the Bears, you had the Panthers, and you had the Rams. I had one, two.
I was waiting for you to keep counting, and then I realized I was like, oh, this is awkward.
I didn't. I had two teams.
That was funny.
I went 2 for 7.
That's funny.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
okay. You beat me in the AFC.
No, you won the AFC.
I did?
You won 6-5 because you had the Patriots make the
Oh,
playoffs
yeah.
and you had you had one of the NFC one AFC West teams making the playoffs.
I
I
think it was the
Broncos.
Chargers. Oh no, the Broncos. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, you won
That's
both
actually
things.
really funny.
And even if we
Better luck next year.
I was thinking, okay, I said, okay, Eagles top. Okay, what else? No Commanders to make it. No Dallas to make no Lion, not to make. Oh, dang it.
It was a slow like dawn of realization like, "Oh, this is
Oh,
awkward."
man. Well, again, better luck next year. Well, we gotta wait till the awards are put out because we did an awards show too. So hopefully I did better with awards. I know I didn't do better with awards because I had Patrick Mahomes win the MVP.
It's
So
okay. I have Joe Burrow winning the MVP. Yours is better than mine.
by default.
Honestly, of all of our predictions for that, I think the only one I actually got right was Defensive Player of the Year. I had
Well,
Myles Garrett.
Well, we'll go deeper into that next time. At least, actually, technically next week because the awards until that Friday or Saturday for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But until then, you know where to find us. And if you don't know where to find us, then Chelsea will tell you where right now.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Tune back in Thursday for our next episode. In the meantime, follow us on our social media. We are on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at LaunchCodes Football. We are on X at LaunchCodes FB. And if you are interested in joining our chat BCC group to discuss all things Super Bowl as it inches closer and closer, hit us up on one of our socials or send us a text and we can get you that link. In the meantime, I'm Chelsea,
I'm Daniel.
and we will see you on Thursday.
And once again, Seattle, if you have the ball at the 1 yard line, just give it to K9. Do not throw the
Can't be
football.
that hard, right?